Hello friends, this video on integers part 14 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let's now talk about the third property, that is associative property. So this property also talks about the order of integers. Now let's say that you have three integers. So let us take examples. 2, minus 6 and minus 3. Let's say these are the three integers that you have. So as per this property, if you multiply the first two integers first and then multiply the product with the third integer, so how much do you get? You get minus 12 into minus 3, which is equal to 36. Now if we change the order of these three integers, that is we keep 2 first, but then we perform the multiplication of minus 6 and minus 3 first. So we first multiply these two. So 2 into 18 and the result here is also 36. So in both the cases, the result remains the same. Let's try with more integers. Let's say minus 3 into 0 multiplied by minus 5. So how much do you get? 0 into minus 5, which is equal to 0. Now let us just change the order in which we carry out multiplication. So minus 3 multiplied by 0 into minus 5. So this is equal to minus 3 into 0, which is again 0. So the result in this case is also the same. Again let's try it with this one. Minus 6 into minus 3 multiplied by minus 2. So this is equal to 18 multiplied by minus 2, which is equal to minus 36. Now here let's say minus 6 multiplied by minus 3 into minus 2. So this is equal to minus 6 into 6, which is equal to minus 36. So in this case also both the values are the same. Therefore, looking at these examples, we can say that for any three integers a, b and c, a into b multiplied by c is equal to a into b into c. So whether you perform this multiplication first or you perform this part first, that really doesn't affect the product. So the product still remains the same. So both the commutative property and the associative property proves that the order of the integers doesn't really matter much. So in whatever order you multiply integers, the product will remain the same. So here we proved that the product of three integers doesn't depend on the grouping of integers. Let us now look at the fourth property, that is distributive property over addition. So we will look at this property for both addition as well as subtraction. Obviously this is a property of multiplication. Let us have a look at the property. So this says that if you have three integers a, b and c, then a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. So for this also let us take examples and prove if this holds true. So let us take this example, minus 5 multiplied by 15 plus 3. Now there is one simple way that without following this property, you just first add these two, which is 18, and then you multiply minus 5 and 18, so you get minus 90. The other way is to follow this property, that is you write minus 5 into 15 plus minus 5 into 3. So you get minus 75 minus 15, which is again equal to minus 90. So both of these are equal. So we will try with more examples. Let's consider the next example where we say minus 15 multiplied by 10 plus minus 21. So this becomes minus 15 into minus 31. Sorry, this becomes 10 plus minus 21 would be minus 11. So this is equal to 165. Now when you follow the property, it becomes minus 15 into 10 plus minus 15 into minus 21. So this becomes equal to minus 150 plus 315. And this is equal to 165 again. Let's look at a third example where we will involve 0 as well. So minus 3 into 0 plus minus 8. So this is equal to minus 3 into minus 8, which is equal to 24. Following the property, this would be minus 3 into 0 plus minus 3 into minus 8. So this is 0 plus 24, which is equal to 24 again. So in each of these cases, we see that the result that we get by calculating a into b plus c and a into b plus a into c is the same. Therefore, we can say that for any three integers a, b and c, a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. Now, how these properties will help us? They will make our calculation easier. We will see that as well. So, let us now look at distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So, this is going to be very similar to what we learned in the previous slide, just that instead of addition, it will be for subtraction. So this tells us that a multiplied by b minus c is equal to a into b minus a into c. So let us take examples to verify this. So the first example that we take is minus 5 into 15 minus 3. So first let us just solve it as it is. So minus 5 into 12, which is equal to minus 60. Now let us make use of the property. So minus 5 into 15 minus 5 into 3. So this is equal to minus 75 minus 15. So this is also equal to minus 60. So here we see we get same results of both a into b minus c and a into b minus a into c. Let's take one more example. Let's say minus 3 into 0 minus 8. Now we are taking a mix of negative, positive integers, even 0, so that we know that yeah, this holds true. So this would be minus 3 into 8, which is equal to minus 24. Now when you make use of the property, it becomes minus 3 into 0 minus 3 into minus 8. So this is equal to minus 0 minus 24, which is again equal to minus 24. So in this case also we see that both of them give equal results. Therefore, we can verify that a into b minus c is definitely equal to a into b minus a into c. So now we talk about multiplicative identity. Now we have learned about additive identity. So additive identity is a number which when added to an integer gives the same integer. Multiplicative identity is that number which when multiplied to an integer retains its identity. So one is called the multiplicative identity for all integers. I hope you would have guessed by now why. Because if you multiply any integer with 1, the result will always be the same integer. So for example, 6 into 1 gives 6. Minus 12 into 1 gives minus 12. 0 into 1 gives 0. Minus 19,676 into 1 gives minus 19,676. So it doesn't matter whether an integer is positive, negative, 0, big, small. Every time it gets multiplied with 1, it remains the same. Now why does this happen? We can understand that from the number line. Let's say this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So let us look at the first example which says 6 into 1. That means 6 added one time. So 1 times 6 added means you will make one jump of 6 from 0. So this would be 6 into 1, which is equal to 6. So any number you multiply with 1, it will reach to the same number, and that is why 1 is called multiplicative identity, because it retains the identity of integers when it is multiplied with that integer. So any integer multiplied by 1 gives the same integer. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.